Oh, boom, we're back. I just recorded a 5 minute video yapping and it was like raw thoughts, but I guess I'll kind of take it back from the top here. I can't really mimic that authenticity I just had. But essentially, what I was getting at was I feel like, this content stuff is what, got me out of wanting to do the normal shit in the first place. And it's honestly been like the best part of my life is like being able to document, share it, and all the coolest things I've ever experienced was as a byproduct of going through here. Um, I had a 2.1 GPA in high school because I was like only focused on sports, but like I had so many knee surgeries. I tore my ACL 3 times, MCL, meniscus, pulled hamstrings, fractured shoulders, have a compound elbow fracture, can't even put my arm straight. Right, so I had a bunch of like shit go wrong, and that was like everything and anything I cared. That was all I cared about was athletics. So then when I pivoted away from that, and I was such a consumer of content, cheating on video games or just watching funny shit, watching reaction videos, it was a natural pivot for me, especially since I was a super class clown and got into prank videos like Gideon, Danny Duncan, all those guys, Nelk. And it's funny because now I'm getting in a more mature way, I'm approaching the thing that got me into being different in the first place when I dropped out of college. When I looked at syllabus quiz and said, I'm, looking down 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years, realizing that that's not something I want to be doing. So, at that stage, I pivoted into making content with the hopes of selling something to my audience that my audience would fuck with because they support me off the back of that. I was thinking in the form of like some sort of clothing. I was very into like streetwear at that time, still am. It's funny because I veered away from it for a little while, doing some soul searching as far as identity goes. I saw Andrew Tate at that time, and he kind of woke me up from some of my degeneracies and bad habits, enabled some others, of course, but shout out to him. Put me on a trajectory where I got into the online business space, ended up making $17K in a month pretty quickly, doing online remote sales stuff, led a Fortune 500 company in sales. Tried my own businesses. Was able to make 5 figures a month. Went broke a couple times. You know how it goes, right? Shit's not ever a straight line up. But after pursuing all these different business models and taking some time to reflect and think, about what I truly fuck with and what I want to do, it's all around fitness, basketball, shit that I actually enjoy, and like the creative side of it, content. And I want to come back to that essentially. Like, because that was what interests me in the first place, right? And that's what like gets me. That's what I naturally like, And instead of like pursuing business for the sake of that, if I'm taking moonshots in my head, like let me do what I want, what's competitive, what I'm really interested in. Going down the creative route is very difficult. Everybody wants to do it, right? But like so is business. Like everything's difficult. I've realized in the day, everything's competitive. It's just, can you show up and be the best, most authentic version of you, and do what it takes in order to win and succeed, and then do it for a long enough period of time. And with that, the next endeavor I wanted to get into, I wanted to be something where I actually give a fuck about and that I can stick with long term. And content and documenting my life, what I'm doing, sharing laughs, humors, other people, my humor to other people, as being myself is like something I know I can do for a long time because I've been doing it for fucking a long time, like 8 years, 9 years of making content. More so, probably like 5 years of like more personal on the camera type shit, but never really gave it the full focus. Never made the content the focus, the inspiring, the community the focus, and I want to get back to that now. So this is just me getting back on camera and letting y'all know what's going on. I haven't had one of these type of videos in a minute. I feel like every time I come on here, it's like trying to have a certain agenda. You got something to sell or something to offer, but the agenda of this video is just to communicate what's going on behind the scenes. So, obviously I need to be intentional. I understand that, but this video is very intentional still. And that's what I want to be doing moving forward. So you'll be seeing more of my creative expression, what we all have going on behind the scenes moving forward. And that's what we're working on here as a 22-year-old living in good old Bangkok, Thailand. So appreciate whoever was watching this. If you're into some of the same things as me, I think like kind of like the trap rage subgenre, basketball, football, streetwear, making money, doing cool shit, AI, uh, just brain rot. Like, it's probably a good place for you. So, anyways, that being said, deuces, hit me up if you have any questions or just feel like this resonates with you.